Hey everyone, would you like to be taken prisoner? Trapped inside a building, not able to leave, held there against your will. But what if I told you the said building you're going to be trapped in was actually paradise? Well, that is exactly what happened in Tenerife in 2020, back at the very start of coronavirus. Now, as the COVID pandemic went on, people get more relaxed over time, but at the very start, things were a lot different. If you remember back to that paranoid state, if there was the slightest hint of COVID said anywhere, people go absolutely crazy, and governments went very authoritarian with their lockdowns. And if you remember the quarantine hotels at the very start, this is where governments were panicking. They did not know how bad COVID would be, and there was all this hysteria that it was going to be worse than it actually was. But because people didn't know how bad it was, there was those quarantine hotels when back in England, people coming in from abroad from a country with COVID would be forced to stay in one of those hotels for 14 days. Anyway, back to what happened in Tenerife. This is right at the very start of the whole thing. The lockdowns hadn't even started at this point, so people are casually on holiday in this hotel. Then, all of a sudden, there was a COVID case in the hotel, and everyone panicked. The police came in and quarantined the hotel, because back in those days, people actually thought COVID was going to be as bad as Ebola. So all 700 people got locked inside. Now, I've got some unanswered questions. Those people trapped inside for 14 days, once they couldn't afford to pay for the hotel, once they've run out of money, what do they do then? Well, all the people that had to have their stay extended actually got to stay in the hotel for free. Unlike in the UK where they were charging people. Also, unlike the UK, the people didn't have to stay in their rooms. They were still allowed to use the swimming pool. Meaning, it wasn't so much of being trapped in a quarantine hotel. It was actually more like a free holiday. So, in that said, while I was in Tenerife, I just had to go and do a revisit to this hotel to see what it's like today. And since my last visit, the main set of shaftless lifts have now been modernised by ThyssenKrupp. So this here's the hotel where everyone got held prisoner back when coronavirus first started. So if you remember back when coronavirus was a brand new thing, everyone got super paranoid, like over the top paranoid. And there was an outbreak of coronavirus in this hotel and the police surrounded it, literally locked everyone in for a couple of weeks. Absolutely crazy. Turns out coronavirus wasn't as bad as people thought it was. But right at the very start, the paranoia around it. Imagine being locked in this hotel for like a couple of weeks just because one person has coronavirus. Well, you know what I'd be doing? 2 weeks on top of this thing. It's not a bad place to be locked in for 2 weeks, but... I mean, like, this is a very nice hotel, but being locked in here for over a month just because of a coronavirus outbreak, I don't know, what's your opinion? Is that being locked in paradise? Is that brilliant? Or is that still being held prisoner against your will? I don't know. Leave a comment of what you think. Would you want to be trapped in this hotel for a long, long period of time during coronavirus outbreak time? To be honest, it would probably be the least bad place to be locked in. Ooh, rooftop. I don't know why I'm fucking doing this barefoot. There you go. There's your motors. Let's go down there. Out of all honesty, out of all of the places you could be locked in because of coronavirus scaring, mongering crap, this would be the place to be. Like, this is the ultimate place to be locked in for 2 weeks.
Like, it wouldn't even be a pain, it'd just be nice to be locked in here for 2 weeks. And then they caught you surfing a lift. What are they going to do? Oh, you have to leave. Well, you can't leave, you're locked in because of coronavirus. So, that one is 30 degrees. Well, we know where I'm going in. I've lied, because loads of places lie, that is not 30 degrees. No. Not far off, not far off, like 28. 28, still nice, but... Oh, even better. They're still open, hope it is. Yeah. Yeah, nice and cool. So, nice indoor swimming pool. There's a small hot tub in there. So there's a hot tub, but I don't really use hot tubs just because there's not much water in there. So this is about, is that 32 degrees? Quite nice. Well, shame that pool can't be like 32, that'd be nice. But because this pool is so small, I just don't like the feeling that if any debris did get in that water, it's not much water to dilute them. But if there was anything that shouldn't be in there, like it doesn't dilute into much water, it's only bathtub size, when that, it doesn't matter what debris get in, it's so big, it'll be so diluted, it won't affect you. Annoyingly, this one is a little bit cold. I went for a swim in this anyway, but it's a bit cold really for an indoor pool. It's at 28. Ooh, a notice. This lift's warm. It's like a bathroom with that toilet in it. With how bad things have got like in politics nowadays and how depressing England is, I don't know, sometimes it feels like the world is a bit of a not so nice place nowadays. But when you look at something like that, this makes you think, actually, you know what, the world is a nice place. When you've got something that nice, a shaftless in the middle of Spain, or on an island that's actually an African island owned by Spain, and it just looks really nice like that. That's just so nice. Wow, look at this! Black Sand Beach. I've been to Tenerife before, but I didn't really focus on the beaches last time. I didn't realise they were quite this black sand. It's literally black sand. It's not a camera colour corrected to black, it literally is black sand. That is crazy looking. It's like some sort of alien planet. It doesn't look like Earth, it looks like somewhere else. The sand is black. That is so crazy. Look at that, Black Sand Beach.
So then, let's now take a look at some more resorts in Tenerife.
So, Hotel Catalonia. Oh, what's this, I wonder? What's going to happen with that lift? That is a nice looking lift shaft. Oh, that looks nice. That looks very nice. Ascensor Panorama Hilco. Oh, it's up here. What the fuck? It's in the turns in the staircase. It serves the turns in the staircase. What? That's so stupid. Why did it do that? It doesn't serve any of the floors, it just serves the halfway turns. That's my iconic indicator up there. Okay, up to floor 11. That's a very cheap witter door. That's not a proper chandelier door. There you go. Jolted. Volcanic emergency drill. Ooh. Hey. An iconic sharpness. Oh, it stopped. Not got a rain cover on it. Hey, pigeon loves surfing this lift. Look at that poo on it. don't know why I haven't put a rain cover over that. Their door mechanism should have a cover over it, surely. This doesn't look good having it exposed like that. See, apart from the top floor where penthouses, it's serving every turn in the stairwell. So if you're getting off at any floor, that's not the bottom or top floor, you're getting out the lift. You have to walk either down or up the stairs to get to where you're going. It's literally, let's see if from here, it's literally serving just turns in the stairwell. I feel like doing that surf again, don't know why. We'd like to inform you that Friday 26th of September a volcanic emergency drill will take place across the island of Tenerife. Ooh. This is not a real emergency, but what happens if a volcano goes off exactly at the same time as the drill? That's what I always wonder. I don't know how close to stand is that. Whee! Special control, that's exposed to the elements as well. I guess that's waterproof. It's weird, this. So this one, the water is also got solar temperature. Later in the day it's heated up a bit now, it's about probably 26, 27. But as the day goes on, the water heats up because the sun's heating up. But hey, it's this time of day, it's probably the perfect time to go in the pool because it's at the most warm it's ever going to be. So here we've got yellow sand beach. Why is this one yellow sand when the one further up was black sand? I actually don't know, because that's actually yellow sand on this one. It's not that far away when it went to black sand, only 2 miles away. So how has 2 miles changed the sand colour so drastically? So out at sea is the inflatable thingy. I've seen those quite a few times in England. Usually they charge a fortune to go on them, and guess what? Spain's no exception. They charge 25 euros to go on. It's not even that big. 25 euros just to go on that. It's not worth it. But after 6 o'clock, the actual organisation of it all goes home. But they can't take down the inflatable each night, and it's in the middle of a public beach. So after 6 o'clock, it effectively becomes free. And all of the locals, because obviously the locals aren't going to pay 25 euros, it's just dumb tourists that are going to pay it. So after 6 o'clock, all the locals got it entirely for free. So it's ridiculous. So if you look at all the things online about it, you'd be like, oh, 25 euros. It closes at 6 o'clock. Well, no, actually, I'd argue it actually opens at 6 o'clock because that's when the organisers go home and you can just go on it. So let's go do it. Okay, you need to watch well, but very carefully because I don't want to step on one. But there's some absolutely giant crabs up here, like scarily giant. Holy shit! Look at the size of him! Look at the size of that! That's huge! Absolutely, there's loads of them! Every box got them! Wow! Fucking hell!
So I now swim out to this inflatable, and going on this inflatable is actually really fun. Normally when it's open they have it in a more safe configuration. After they close it up for the night, they move a lot of the pieces around into a configuration where some bits are a bit dodgy. For example, the slide. When you go down the slide, they've now moved one of the inflatables in front of it, which is not normally there when it's open. That means when you go under the water at the bottom of the slide, you then come up underneath that inflatable section, trapping you under the water. It's like the Spanish attitude is, well, it's now closed, so if you go on it, that's your own risk. That would not pass UK health and safety, which is actually really interesting. But also, the local Spanish teenagers that had swam out to play on this, let's just say, are a bit wild. And the things they were doing out there, they would probably get told off for if they did that while it was open. But hey, it's closed, no staff about, you can do whatever you want. But anyway, the next day, let's now take a look at some more resorts.
So now come along to H10 Big Sur Boutique Hotel. What does boutique mean? Well, shall we go find out? It probably means fuck all, it's probably marketing, but hey, let's go and have a look. Crappy. Well, so far boutique means small, and small means boring, so let's find out if there's any merit to this hotel. Yes, old Otis, modded by Fizz and Crap, modded by Otis again. No, that's generically cheap Spanish indicator, but also often used by Fizz and Crap in a panel that says Otis Europa 2000 with buttons from the later sort of Otis 2000. We have these things which are from URBEX. That is a mix. It's been bodged a million times over the years. That's the events. It's funny when they say day off, it makes it sound like an event when it's not. It basically means they're not paying the staff to come in that day. So that's a non-event. Looks nice, but it's ever so small. Should we check how warm the water is? Nah, just solar heated. It's at 25 degrees, like a lot of these pools. Well, it looks like I now know what boutique means. It means fucking shithole. Tiny building with not much to do. So a lot of people come here for a 2-week holiday, spend a lot of time sitting around in their hotel, which I don't understand because I can't do it. I'm out walking about, doing stuff, going to loads of different hotels, exploring. I can't stay in the same place. I literally would get bored and frustrated if I had to stay in the same place. That's why I'm always out doing stuff. Before people are just sitting in that hotel, how? There's not much to do there. Once you've been there for like half a day, you're going to have seen it all. You're going to be bored of it. I don't understand how you just sit around. So basically, boutique hotel means hotel with very little to do. And they call it boutique just to make it look posh. Let's go and find some bigger hotels that are more interesting.
And now we go to a residential building.
So saying it's been modded by Otis. So, there you go, picture of kind of place we're at minute. It's a tropical island, it's looking a bit Otis-y. That looks interesting, where the fuck's that? Oh, it's in Indonesia, no, it's not in Tenerife, so why don't I show a picture of it? Slow levelling, typical island, 80s Otis, but not mod by Otis. And this is what it looks like up here. Not really that much to see, typical sort of residential tower. 2 buttons despite being a set. Battery tower, is there a slide? That's all I want to know. Where's the slide? No, there's no slide. Oh, that's a shame. Benidorm slide is the best bit. Oh, silence. That's a service lift. Oh, this one actually looks more fun. Our silence side just reminds me of Train to Silence at Barcelona, and everyone just ignores it. What is this? Not paying for water. Drinking water. 20 cents for drinking water. I don't think I'll be doing that. It always feels warm when it says in Tenerife and Lanzarote. It says 24, but it feels more like 30.
And now to the next resort.
So this area looks nice. Arona Gran. Not Arona, Arona. But hey, shall it have some Arona lifts? Oh, let's find out. 29 degrees, which was what I thought it was. Why is it the weather forecast always forecast it lower than it is in the Canary Islands? I never understand that. Well, this pot has. Where the fuck that is? Look at the cables on that. That's terrible. Oh, this is horrendous. Well, no lifts to go quick on inspection. And it levels the fucking cat speed. It's a horrible piece of shit. Feds are sensors. I can't want that shit. Well, this place actually has Coleco disc. Look at chandelier. That is very nice. Look at a big screen behind reception. That's interesting. Key. Oh, this is very nice. And all these plants. Dear customer, we've stopped placing water bottles in your room and have placed a drinking water dispenser in the hallway. The water is not suitable for consumption in the bars and restaurants. That's just weird, but if you take a look at this, what would you like to drink? Steaming cup of tea, cup of something this regular temperature, or freezing cup of tea. Now it's actually freezing water. This is really nice, this one. It's interesting how much variation there is in these hotels. This looks like it should be a swimming pool. It's just this decoration. I think, can we swim in that? It is decoration, but it's chlorinated. It's up to swimming pool standards. I'd go for a swim in it. I'm not sure if you're allowed to or not. Well, these are actually NMX 11s, but in fact, they don't look it. You can tell by the sound. So now to Costa Mar, which is a nice tower. The food company stocks Iceland and Morrison's, probably at a much greater price. I wonder what markup they put on that. It's just weird. I'd actually say they're not part of Iceland or Morrison's. They just stock our food. 15 floors, and this, it looks like an Arona, but it's actually an Omega. I'm pretty certain this is actually a Arona, because the buttons feel identical. It's made so similar. I reckon they've just, Arona's just made it very slightly different for Omega. Ceiling wise, it's a bit more generic-y. There's a ding on every floor, it's annoying. But those really feel like the equivalent of Arona button. Exact same button press. So probably it's got a few parts of Arona. Bit plain. Look at that. Omega Elevator Canaries. Press button, wait for operator, be patient, the technician is on the way. How much do you trust that? Probably not that much. It smells like oil down here. It smells like that sort of old council bunker you get in England. And you've got a lift with a swing door. Actually, I don't know the button. Inside the lift it looks like this. Oh, we're off somewhere. We're off. No, we're not off it, just shuts the door. Okay, let's go 4. Ooh, that feels 2-speed. Yeah, 2-speed, much nicer. Yeah, look, same would be up there. There's an Omega generic sort of 2-speed thing rather than an Omega Arona. 2, 0. Oh, it's 2-speed. This one looks okay, but it's a bit plain compared to the last one, really. This is taller. Like the tower bit looks quite nice, but it's not really the nicest place to come up. And that bit here looks nice. You look at the pool looks ever so plain. Like, yeah, this is, I don't know, it's a bit disappointing, this one. Should we move on to the next one? Look, a classic white spirally staircasey thing, but it's so Spanish. Interesting, no entrance doors down here. What lift will it be? Ooh, this looks quite creepy. Well, the lift didn't go to the lowest floor. Actually, no, it goes down. Well, I don't know. No, this is just a direction. That's a button. There's ALS buttons, look at. I don't actually know the manufacturer of these buttons, because it's a generic button. I like the look of it, very solid feeling. Don't know why the lift didn't go to the basement. It only goes as far as 3. I mean, I guess this building won't let any other floors. D series over there. Ooh, Schindler. Marconic E maybe? Yeah, I think it's Marconic E. Okay, didn't expect that. So it wasn't Marconic round here, even if it is just the compact, very basic version. Over in England, Crystal Palace is disappearing. Like, you rarely see this architecture anymore. It's an 80s thing, often made of plastic rather than glass that discolours over time. I actually think it looks really nice. But sadly, it's out of fashion. It's being stripped down, pulled down, replaced something modern back in the UK, but at least Spain's still keeping it for now.
And now to this residential building.
Oh, this is 3300. I hope for better. I've seen a lot of these already. This panel looks better with capacitive, because that looks like a bodge. I reckon they planned to have it capacitive like before the design, but then most places didn't want capacitive. They wanted these buttons, so I added them on as an afterthought. Talking of capacitive, look, it's not capacitive on the inside. It's a toothpaste coloured panel, but not capacitive. See, very basic swimming pool, and the pool in the background doesn't have any water in. Yeah, this place is not the place. Let's find somewhere else.
And now to a small shopping centre.
A very small shopping centre. Not much to this place. So, I come all the way to Tenerife and I still can't escape this fucking rubbish. For simple, but that is all the looking. Yeah, Schindler, I thought it was. Schindler door trap, I thought it looked quite Schindler. 0, 1. It's capacitive. Oh, Volcanic E again. Nice. Very nice. So the finger now doesn't do anything if you do it with the finger.